everybody, welcome back to Zephyr Travels. I'm Randy.
And I'm Diane.
And this week we're bringing you a Campground 411. We are at Myrtle Beach State Park, and we've been here for the last 8 days. And what'd you think?
I thought it was nice. It's a nice state park. The sites are pretty good size, and they are only water and electric. They don't have full hookups.
No,
do they?
we didn't have any full hookups that I know of.
It's a good size campground, and you are right on the ocean, so you can walk to the beach. There's, a nice pathway to the beach. There's also plenty of area to picnic, and there are a couple stores that you can, buy supplies, ice, soda. If you fish, you can buy bait.
Souvenirs. Yep.
And it's a nice area. It's not located like right in the heart of everything.
Well, it's literally on the edge of Myrtle Beach City line. So you walk north and you're right into the hotels.
Right, but you're not, surrounded.
No. You don't feel like it. You don't, because you're so far back into the woods here.
Right. So it is a nice area. It is a nice park. Yeah,
the park is fairly wooded, so it's shady, which would be nice in the summer months. But
not a lot of bugs.
Right. So far we haven't seen very many bugs here. We typically stay at a lot of the private parks when we've come down here, namely Pirate Land, and we do have a review of that campground we're post here.
Yeah, but we think that's being taken over, or something's happening over there. It's becoming Carolina Shores, so we're not sure if Pirate Land still exists or it's been taken up by Carolina Shores.
Right, there's something going on this year with that. So we decided not to stay there, but this is considerably cheaper, I think, than what you'd pay at one of those parks. This was $50 a night, which water and electric, which I think is pretty reasonable for oceanfront camping.
Right. And we were here probably right after Easter break. Yeah.
This is the one thing about the campground that I would say is a negative.
Or at least our site.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. The campground is located right at the end of the runway for the Myrtle Beach Airport. So throughout the day, you're going to hear planes coming over, but they do send a stop in the evening, so you don't hear them all night.
Right.
The first plane that takes off in the morning, I think, is at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
But that's one, and then they start coming about 6:30.
And they're both commercial planes as well as military planes, because we believe they do share the airport with the Air Force.
Yeah, and it does make it a little interesting when you're laying on the beach. You can look at the planes go by.
Right, and when you see the big, what are they? What's the name of the biggest ones?
Oh, the big the C-5 transports.
Right.
Yes.
And those type of Air Force planes. It's kind of interesting if you're into that kind of stuff. It's interesting to see.
It's entertaining.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the beach is fairly nice.
The beach is really nice. It's probably one of the best East Coast beaches. One of the things that Monty and Zephyr really enjoy when we come to Myrtle Beach is morning walks on the beach. As you can see right here, we're walking along the shore on the sand, and that's something they really look forward to. Zephyr is getting up there in years, and her enthusiasm for going on long walks is starting to wane a little bit, and she's not as good a walker as she has been in the past. But boy, when we get her on the beach, she perks up and keeps a pretty good pace. I think you can see her right over there. Still needs a little encouragement. You have to kind of tug her along a little bit on the leash, but we're walking at a better pace than I think a lot of times we walk if we're just walking around a campground. Monty over here, get him, super enjoys walking on the beach. It's one of his favorite activities. One thing we haven't done, and I think it's because it's a busy week here in Myrtle Beach, is that we haven't gotten out the long leashes that a lot of times we incorporate when we have them on the beach. We have 25-foot leashes that we can use, but we only really use them if we've got a lot of beach area to ourselves. And there's been quite a few people here, and there's always a lot of dogs on the beach when we're walking. Now, something to keep in mind, the time of the year that you can have dogs on the beach is from Labor Day until May 1st. Starting on May 1st through to Labor Day during the summer months, the times that dogs can be on the beach are only before 10 o'clock in the morning and after 5 in the afternoon. So that's something you want to keep in mind when you come to Myrtle Beach. Now we're here literally the week before May 1st, and so we are got, you know, access to the beach with the dogs anytime we want, but we have noticed that in the afternoon it gets really busy and there's a lot of people on the beaches. Also, it also gets pretty warm, and Monty and Zephyr, being long-haired dogs, they don't really like the heat as well, especially Zephyr as she gets older. So morning walks and evening walks when it's a little cooler are better for them.
So here comes another plane.
So what we found is the planes tend to come in groups, so like 3 or 4 will take off, and then there'll be a break for a half hour or so or more, and then there's like, or maybe even an hour, and then they'll come again, and it's just whatever. There's a schedule to it, I'm sure.
Right, right. But all in all, we enjoyed the campground.
Myrtle Beach is a great place to come
Yes.
and vacation.
It's very popular.
Yeah,
too.
it is a very popular place. There's tons of restaurants, lots of things to do, amusement parks, and smaller amusement parks, not, you know, Disneyland type of stuff.
Right.
There's Broadway at the beach, which is entertainment,
Rides
and
restaurants
shopping and such.
Right.
So that's something that we're sure a little video here of that.
Today, Randy and I are visiting Broadway at the beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. If you've never been here, it's an entertainment complex. There are rides, there are gift shops and restaurants, and I even think there's a movie theater here. So come along with us and we explored a little bit.
Heroes and villains. So what'd you get?
Oh, let me see. What do they call them thing? Pop rocks.
Or Funkles.
Huh? Pop rock.
Yeah.
Pop rocks. It's Elvis Presley 68 comeback special.
Since my baby left me,
How cute.
Yeah. Stopped into Ron John's surf shop and I picked up a sweatshirt. A pullover hoodie sweatshirt, which is with zipper front, not pullover actually, a zipper front sweatshirt with Ron John's on the back. I've been looking for one that's not really heavy, and that's what this one is, so it'd be kind of nice to have in those in-between days. Well, it was a lot of fun walking around Broadway at the beach.
Yeah, we looked at a couple shops, bought a couple things, and kind of just walked around, saw what was new. We've been here before on our previous vacations in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, there's always a lot to do here. We've come here for dinner, we've ridden the Ferris wheel, a bunch of different things. You can always, you know, spend an afternoon or an evening here while you're at Myrtle Beach.
Right, and I stand corrected, there is not a movie theater here. There used to be a movie theater here, I believe,
Right.
but it appears to have closed. There is another show there, Cirque du Soleil
Oh,
show.
okay.
And so that, I believe, is in the spot the theater was. I guess our recommendation would be, yes, we do like it and would recommend this state park.
Yeah, I would think, what, 4.5 stars?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, if it
The
has...
airport's probably the only thing I'm taking a half a star off for. That might
Right.
bother some people.
It might, but, you know, it's not an all-day thing, and we don't hear them if they fly at night, but we don't think
They don't
do.
fly at night. I haven't heard them at all
yeah.
at night. So.
So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you haven't done so, subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell for notifications. We post new videos on a regular basis, and we'd love to have you come along. We love all our subscribers and want to have more of you join the group.
So until next time, we'll see everybody down the road. Have
Take
a good
care,
day. Thank you.